Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to my channel. I'm Shavonda Tate, a psychic medium, empath, and paranormal educator. I have my own business. I run it through Facebook, Etsy, and I have my own website now. I'm getting everything created and made and everything together. So I will be listing those things in the coming videos and mentioning them and talking about them more. But today's video is about psychics, mediums, and paranormal misconceptions. Sorry. So the first thing I would like to um, debunk. That's a word that we like to use a lot in the paranormal world. First misconception I like to debunk is not all psychic mediums and people who are gifted are into witchcraft and we all have different levels of not different levels, but we all have different beliefs. We all believe in something different. Not all psychics and mediums and people who are gifted are into witchcraft, and not necessarily witchcraft is a bad thing. There is a lot of good things in witchcraft, paganism, and Wicca, and things like that. So I don't want to disclaim or discredit that. I just want to bring awareness that not all of us are into that sort of thing. A lot of us do use, tarot cards, candles, and whatnot, but that's not necessarily witchcraft. That's just tools that we use to do our readings and communicate with with energy and things like that. So I just want to clear that up. Let people know that not all of us are into that sort of thing. All of us, like I said, have different beliefs. Everyone does things differently. All of us are not the same when it comes to what we believe in and what we don't believe in. So I just want to make that clear. I started looking at my phone for the notes. Um, Okay, another thing I really want to cover and to stress on is that not all of us are scam artists. Not all of us are looking to get hundreds and hundreds of dollars out of you. What we do and what I do personally is just to help my clients and customers. That is my number one priority, is to whatever you're coming to me for, whether it's a tarot reading, a mediumship reading, or whatever you choose to do or come to me for advice or just for confirmation, whatever you come to me for, I charge, but I charge at the lowest possible amount. I don't charge hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I don't need it. I'm not looking to get rich off what I do. I'm just looking to help people and bring them peace of mind and just to help them whatever they need. If they need some confirmation, if they need to know about this or that when it comes to paranormal events or paranormal activity in their home. I also do house cleansings to where I clear the energy, take all the negative energy out, and allow good and positive energy in, and things like that. There's a whole bunch of different things that I do. I will do that in another video, just not on this one. This video is about misconceptions about psychics, mediums, and paranormal. So, moving on. Okay, another thing I want to touch on. We are all different. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I want to say it again. We are all different. We all do not possess the same abilities. We all cannot do the same things. Like, I'm not a fortune teller. I do not do predictions, and mess. I do not do that. I do not do predictions, and I'm not a fortune teller. I am a psychic medium and empath, and what that is I can communicate with the spirit world, and I can feel and understand someone's feelings as a psychic empath. I'm very sensitive to other people's emotions and feelings, and with me being a psychic medium, I'm very connected to the spirit world. But I cannot do a future prediction for you. I don't do predictions. That's not what I do. The only type of future reading I will do is in a tarot card reading, and those are kind of a predictable type thing, a prediction type of reading that I will only do, and that's as far as it goes. But I don't do predictions, and I can't tell you the future. That's not my abilities. That's not in what I can do. So I just want to make it clear that not all of us have the same type of abilities. Not all of us are able to do the same things. Not all of us experience the same things. So I just want to make that clear about psychic mediums and our abilities and and talents and things like that. So if you guys have any questions about anything I'm mentioning right now, just put them in the comments and I will reply as soon as I can. Okay, now on to the paranormal misconceptions. I did touch on this a little bit, but I want to further explain myself. Not all hauntings are evil, malevolent, or sinister. Sometimes spirits and ghosts just want to reach out to human life. They just want that connection to their family and friends, that just to let them know that they're around and they're still here and they're still very much part of our lives. Um, there's very much a veil between the living and the dead, so that veil is very thin and it does thin out on certain days and certain times and things like that, like the witching hour, and on certain days it's very thin. The veil is very thin, so on those specific days you'll notice this paranormal activity picking up around you, or you're sensitive to that activity. So I just want to bring awareness that not all of the spirits and ghosts contacting you are out to hurt you or out to harm you in any way. All they're trying to do is communicate and be heard. And it's very hard when you can't be seen or heard from most people, because a lot of people block that out. When everyone is gifted, it's just a lot of them don't have that training and that that awareness of the paranormal and activities and such. So yeah, that I wanted to touch on hauntings and just explain that not all of them are evil and bad. And when you hear haunting, don't just automatically assume that that specific haunting was um, sinister or demonic or anything like that, because it's not always a demonic thing. It's very rare for me to feel something very negative. I feel a lot of positivity, a lot of love, a lot of light in what I do, and it's just it just baffles me sometimes that people just assume that what I do is evil or sinister and things like that. So I just wanted to clear that up. Okay, media. I'm going to touch on shows and movies. Paranormal shows and movies are non-accurate representation of what paranormal things happen, when paranormal events happen. A lot of that stuff is just blown out of proportion and not accurate whatsoever. Please do not believe everything you see in TV and in movies that are paranormal related, because it's not accurate. It's not what happens. It's not how everything turns out. Um, Poltergeists are usually the type of hauntings that don't necessarily have spirits or ghosts or anything. It's just negative energy, and that happens. Negative energy is very powerful, and that's what happens. How you get things thrown around and noises and knocks and things like that. So I just wanted to clear that up. That what you see in movies and on TV is not accurate paranormal things. It's very much over exaggerated and overdone, and special effects and things like that. And I just want to clear that up, because it's not the same. What I do and what I experience is not what is seen in the movies and on TV. It's not accurate. So I really just want to stress that and explain that. And yeah, if you have any questions, again, if you have any questions, link them in the description and below, and I will get to them and respond as soon as I can. Okay, there's this misconception, half belief thing going around in the paranormal world, that when a spirit or ghost is around, the temperature changes. Not necessarily does that happen. I've never experienced, in the 2 years I've been doing this, a temperature change. I felt the environment like vibe and energy change, but I've never felt a temperature drop or anything, or temperature the temperature change in any way up or down. I really don't really put too much stock in temperature changes, because people have air conditioning, fans, open windows, things can change like that. So I don't put stock into temperature changes when it comes to paranormal events. Not always will there be a cold spot or a warm spot or anything like that when it comes to spirits and ghosts being around. So I just want to make that clear, that that's just not true. Or always the case. I wouldn't say always true, because some people do experience that, but me personally, I don't experience it. So I won't say it's not true, but it's just mainly not always the truth for a lot of us. Okay, and this is a touchy subject that I'm about to touch on. The last subject and misconception that I'm gonna do. It's orbs. I've never personally seen an orb. I've always seen the actual spirit or apparition or figure of that spirit or ghost. I've never seen an orb. I've never known anyone to see orbs. A lot of my psychic friends and mediums and such, they don't put much stock into orbs either. And I just want to make that clear that orbs aren't really paranormal. There's like dust bunnies and just unexplainable things that can happen, unexplainable phenomena, but I don't really put that into the category of paranormal. I personally just don't. So no offense to anyone that do believe in orbs and have seen them and experienced them. No offense to you, but I personally have never experienced orbs or seen them. So no offense again. I just want to make that clear that that's a common misconception as well in the paranormal field, that orbs are legit. So I just want to make that clear that they're not always legit for a lot of us. So yeah. But if you guys have any more questions, comments, or concerns, or anything of that nature about my abilities or about what services I offer, please comment that in the description below and whatnot. I will list a lot of things in the description once I post this video, a lot of my links and things like that. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, and love and light to you guys all. Bye.